Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite deals across Switch eShops covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. A shout out then to State of Survival for sponsoring today's video, and this, I've got to say, it's an incredible week to kick off the new year. Honestly, it's really unexpected by me, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family and let's get started. As always then, I do have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards and two more to give away. Now all you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners, they'll be announced in next week's video. First up then, Breathedge, a sci-fi take on the survival genre. I not only reviewed this one, but also featured it in my top survival games of the year on the channel here recently. Both of those videos linked down below. Now the idea here though, an accident occurs, your ship it is destroyed, so you gotta survive and find a way home. Unique 360-degree movement though, loads of resource gathering, great visuals as well. Its main issue, the last third or so, kind of devolves into almost a poor first-person shooter. The first 15 hours or so though, that was enough for me, and it's a new low price with 50% off. Lego Builder's Journey then is another one I reviewed and featured in a list as well recently that was top puzzle games, and this game it is a gem. Lego, it's got pretty stale with its gameplay, formula now. For the most part at least, it's basically copy and paste. This, it actually tried something different. The idea basically is to build up these small diorama-like locations to create a path of sorts, but it tackles themes of family, love and loss, and I think it's really special. A short experience, but for me that felt just right, and it's a new low price, 25% off. Dusk Diver then continues to drop in price. We are getting closer and closer to that sub $10 mark. Always a popular one on the channel. It's an action adventure in this anime styled world. The idea, you're teaming up with gods and battling it out in what is another reality. The issues, it has a few honestly, but you can see all of those in the full review on the channel, but it's the dungeons that you enter, that's the big one. The main world, it's so colourful, then you go to war and it's a whole lot of just I guess, grey and dull colours. I had fun still though, excited to see what a sequel brings, and it's a new low price here, 65% off. State of Survival then is a zombie-themed survival strategy mobile game. It's free to play and available in Apple and Google stores. Most recently, the team behind this one, they gave away a Lamborghini to celebrate the huge player base, the second anniversary, and of course end of 2021. Now to kick off the new year, they've partnered with DC to bring a crossover with the Joker. State of Survival though, it's all about growing out a settlement and then customizing this location before recruiting heroes and training up troops. I'm a simple guy honestly, I always tend to lean into the main characters. So far for me in this one, that's been Sarge, and then definitely also Maddie. I didn't expect too much from her initially, but she's definitely got some advantages. What many though will be coming here for though is that strategy, the ability to fight. Now in this one, that could be battling it out against zombies. There's actually a mode called Explore a Trail. It throws you into unknown locations with wave upon wave of zombie enemy. Then though, you could also just follow along with the story in this post-apocalyptic world. You can even jump into modes like PvP for those that want to test their skill. For sure, take a look though, you'll find a link that supports them and the channel in the pinned comment down below, and then that Joker inclusion, that is a limited time event, so play it while you can. These are pretty common as well, not the first big crossover they've done. Zengeon then is one I reviewed relatively recently as an alternative to Hades, and while it's not perfect, my review is down below so you can see all of that. It definitely has some unique ideas with a spin that's more kind of all-out flashy anime style. It's quite a bit easier than Hades as well if you're looking for something maybe a little bit more entry level. I was able to get to the end game of this one in roughly 4 hours or so. The combat's decent though, as are the dungeons that you'll be exploring. Its main downfall, some frame rate issues, never good in a game like this. The action just gets too manic at points, and unfortunately the flash, it looks nice, but it's so over the top it can actually at points be challenging to actually translate what is happening on screen. A new low price though here, 25% off. Slowing things down then, SnowRunner is here with 30% off, a new low price, and while it's not the biggest discount, you're getting a whole lot of game here for your cash. Think here, I would call it almost car strategy. You're thrown into what is tough terrain, you need to complete missions, then you'll be upgrading your fleet. This is a game where the most rewarding moments, they can be the slowest, 1 mile an hour, you're stuck in mud, and you manage to pull that 18-wheeler through. It is surprisingly addictive, and I was a big fan of the formula. Another one I reviewed on the channel then, Samurai Warriors 5, it's here rocking 35% off. First with this one, it looks stunning on the Switch, especially if you have an OLED thanks to its vibrancy, but it just has this cel-shaded style that really worked. The concept, it's kind of going back to basics here, stripping a lot of what has kind of been added over the years to the series, and instead it's giving you basically a mission and then asking you to go and kill hundreds of what are incredibly dumb enemies. It is not the smartest of games, it's for sure repetitive, but it's absolutely satisfying, especially when you just want to kind of like turn off that brain. It packs a fair few playable warriors then and a solid runtime on its story. Kirby Fighters 2 then, not the standout game of the week honestly, but it's getting a rare 30% discount and I did have some fun with it. It's that almost Smash formula but with a spin. Yes, it can be PvP with your favourite characters, but the story mode was what I really enjoyed. You can buddy up with a friend or even a computer controlled character and battle your way up a tower taking on boss moments. It's Kirby though, so of course not particularly challenging, but it's got some great ideas, particularly the items that can power you up along that climb. Check out my full review in the pinned comment down below. Naruto then is always a popular choice, and the most recent entry gets a new low price with 67% off. Now with this, no doubt we will continue seeing the price drop and drop, but I know many, they are waiting kind of now on that sweet spot. It's also a complete edition then, packing the main story, think an arena brawler style of combat, and then also Road to Boruto, which gives it more of an RPG-esque spin. Just know though, with the latter there, it is a little rough on a performance front, and yeah, definitely like it's still enjoyable, but you're gonna have to put up with some issues. If you've not played the prior 3 entries then as well, that's also on sale. That is a triple pack, and it's also a new low price. Check out my full reviews in the pinned comment below. Unbound Worlds Apart then was a 2021 release that I jumped on but did not cover here on the channel. It is a hidden gem though, with a new low here of 30% off. I wasn't immediately sold on the visual style, but once I got into it, it's actually strong. It was just the screenshots, not in motion. It just didn't do the game any favours, honestly. The gameplay though is for sure where it's at, a puzzle platformer with a concept to set around summoning these portals, each with their own unique, think traits and powers. It is Twitch platforming, so not easy. There's 10 portals to master, and yeah, the story just uncover what happened to this world. Bug Fables then is the Paper Mario game many of us wanted. I was not a fan on the recent Paper Mario entry on the Switch. It had no weight to its gameplay, mainly kind of its lack of systems. Bug Fables though filled the role of what I was looking for sure. It's an RPG, you're seeking riches and immortality in Bulgaria, but this mission will take you just all over the place. It's turn-based combat with some mini-games almost, alongside some decent platforming, and then the story, it is charming. It's been celebrated ever since launch. It even received a free update 1.1, that added in new quests, bosses, improved cooking and sprinting, and more. 50% off though, and there's a lot of gaming here for your cash. This is going to be easily 25 plus hours. CrossCode then is an action RPG presented in a style that's going to remind you of the 16-bit days. Zelda fans, you should absolutely be taking a look at this one, but it throws you into a world that's part kind of, I guess, real world, part almost, think MMO VR, shall we say, but think here a whole lot of exploration, dungeons and combat. The best thing to me was the weapons though, because they use them not only to battle it out, but as a mechanic in the puzzles as well. I always enjoy that when they manage to cross them over, making them feel just, so much more important. Graphically, I loved its style as well, and the music, it is stunning. Story, it's okay, but I would not call it totally memorable. A new low price, 40% off. Our first winner of the week then, it's going to Mine Labs, who shouted out Beyond a Steel Sky. For sure, a game made for fans of the first, out there. Congrats on Mine, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, there's still a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Into the final 3 games then, starting with Lost in Random. Now this was a game that released when I took a much needed vacation honestly in 2021, and it kept me busy for a good chunk of that time. It's such a unique blend of mechanics that I'm going to say watch a full review first just to make sure it's going to be for you, but I loved its kind of almost strange Tim Burton-esque world and style. The story, you live in what is a dark world where an evil queen kind of oversees the population. She also decides that population's fate with the roll of a dice. Your sister's taken away though, and now you are on the hunt for her. Think third person exploration and combat. That combat though, it's part tactical, part card collection, part dice gameplay, and that's why you do need to go a little bit more in depth before you part with that cash. Your psychic though, a talking dice, such a fantastic character, and it's a new low price, 22% off. Our penultimate game of the video then, Trails of Cold Steel 4. I adored it, but if you're new to the series, you should absolutely not jump in here. My understanding, the first 2 entries, they will be coming to the Switch in the future, but right now you can at least start on the 3rd entry. That's what I did before actually revisiting the first 2 on other platforms. It's a game though that's concluding the story of Reen Schwarzer and co, and this one will take you everywhere from smaller towns to absolute war. In this one though, kicking things off, Reen is actually missing. That's actually where the game opens, and I'm saying at this point nothing else due to spoilers. If you want more, check out my reviews of both the 3rd and 4th entry in the pinned comment down below. It is a new low price then, 40% off. Our second winner of the week then, before our final game of the week, it's going to Gary, who wants Disco Elysium but's waiting on the physical release, and I've seen that quite a bit now in the comments. I'll be grabbing that physical myself, so yeah, really looking forward to checking that one out. Congrats so Gary, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in the next video. So our final game of the week then, Dead Cells finally sees a new low price. It's been a long time coming, 50% off, and this timing, it makes absolute sense. They've just released a new DLC pack for the game that I still need to check out myself if I'm being completely transparent, so I can't really comment on how good that is. Not sure it needs much instruction though, this one, a top tier roguelike that's presented in a 2D style, but the combat, the exploration, it's fast paced, it is near perfect in its handling. They say in their description Castlevania inspired, but this game itself now has gone on to inspire so many. I picked it up physically, it's a personal favourite, and the price you are seeing, that is just the base game. If you want to go kind of all in, there's a bundle including all previously released DLC and that new one. It's about $8 more, and that is going to be absolutely worth it. These DLC packs, traditionally they add new locations which will change up the runs you face as you move, through the world. Incredible games though, and for many it's either this or Hades in the #1 spot for this concept. And that's the week down. Congrats again to the winners of the week. Another thank you then to State of Survival for sponsoring this week's video. Always means a whole lot to the channel. Then a shout out to the patrons as well who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.